The People for People Foundation of Gloucester County shares exciting news about a new housing opportunity for veterans, and we learn more about their other services that provide a safety net for families experiencing a temporary crisis. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Join us.
Choose to get lost in the woods to gain experience in forest management.
Choose to travel through time to understand the past.
Choose to soar to pursue a career in dance.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University. Funding for Latino Motion is provided by AtlantiCare, a member of Geisinger, Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world, and South Jersey Gas. Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias and welcome to Latino Motion. The People for People Foundation is a grassroots organization that serves as a safety net to help families and individuals who are experiencing a temporary crisis. And they're here today to share some exciting news for veterans. Joining me is Bernadette Blackstock. She is the CEO and president of People for People Foundation. Bernadette, welcome back to Latino Motion.
Thank you so much for having me, Bert.
So let's get right to the announcement. It's exciting news, particularly in Gloucester County for veterans. Tell me the big news.
The big news is we are opening Camp Salute, which is an affordable housing development with 76 apartments in Clayton, New Jersey. Our first residents will be moving in within the next couple weeks.
And I know this is exciting for you and for Paul, your husband Paul, who also works with you on this project. Tell me how you got started and how long of a process has it been?
This has been a long journey for us. We started back in 2010, where we conceived the idea of doing affordable permanent housing for veterans with a veteran preference. We joined together with Conifer Realty and decided that we were going to go find land, which we finally did. That was the problem, finding the right land. We found land in Clayton, New Jersey, and groundbreaking took place last September.
So describe the units. What kind of rental units are they?
It's rental units, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. They are about $745 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment, up to a little under $1,200 for a 3-bedroom. We do have income requirements at the apartment complex, so there is a minimum amount of income as well as a maximum income level. Example, for a family of 4, the maximum amount of money they can make is $49,940 a year.
So it's a good deal for those that's low to moderate income individuals, exactly. And certainly for veterans. And I know you've been involved in this foundation for a long time. 15 or so years. And really a lot of crisis around housing, right, and affordable housing. And do you see that to be particularly true for veterans?
We do, and we see it for various veterans. We have the veterans who are single, making probably just Social Security, maybe a little bit of compensation from the VA. It's very difficult to afford a market value apartment, especially living in the Gloucester County, even in the South Jersey area. When we're talking about veterans who are receiving only VA compensation, and can be anywhere up to maybe $1,900 for a single person, that could be hard to afford a market value apartment. When we have families The market has changed a lot. There's a lot more jobs, but jobs are still a little low paying. So for a family of four to be able to afford a very nice apartment, it's difficult. And this provides that opportunity for them. Our apartments are beautiful.
And I know you've been open for a short time. You still have some units left, but they've been going pretty quickly.
Very quickly. All of our one bedrooms are leased. We do have a waiting list, and we are accepting waiting lists. We do have a lot of two-bedroom apartments that we are looking to fill.
So now's the time, and we're going to put the number up. So someone's interested, we'll put the phone number and the webpage so that they could get that information.
Right. The applications are right on our webpage, so they can download an application for the apartment complex. And if they're very, very low income, we do have some vouchers for veterans that are available at Camp Salute.
All right, we'll come back and continue this discussion. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We're once again here with the People for People Foundation, Bernadette Blackstock, and we were talking about the services for veterans, the housing, Camp Salute. You mentioned vouchers, so there is help for those who perhaps are below the low income.
Anyone who's 30% below the average income. We do have vouchers that are available. They're project-based vouchers, and they would apply for those through the Gloucester County Housing Authority.
All right, so it's open for anyone, but veterans is the preference for Camp Salute.
Right. Now, the vouchers are specific to veterans.
Let's talk about the other services that you're going to provide at Camp Salute for veterans.
The other exciting thing about Camp Salute is we are starting what's called the South Jersey Veteran Resource Center. And that will be a center where veterans from Camp Salute, as well as the community, can come in for various services. We've partnered with agencies such as the Vet Center out of Philadelphia and out of Ventnor. They'll be holding various kinds of support groups for our veterans, PTS, family support groups. A lot of times it's the children who suffer when a parent who's been deployed comes home. They're not sure how to handle dad being back or mom being back, or sometimes mom and dad don't come back the same as they left. So the family support groups are to help them readjust. Not only that, but we'll also have job search abilities. We'll have resume writing classes, life skill classes, photography classes. We'll be doing a garden as well as cookings.
So this is kind of unique, not only for Gloucester County, but also for South Jersey, correct?
It's actually unique to the whole country because this is permanent housing, which makes it different from like a transitional housing where someone might be going in because of some kind of a drug abuse or substance abuse. That's not this at all. This is for the working or the retired veteran who's looking for a safe, permanent house to live in.
And you also have some other activities, if you will, throughout the year that are part of the foundation, specifically for vets. Tell me about those.
Yes, we're very, very veteran-friendly with People for People. In September, we'll be holding our annual Veterans Picnic, and that will be at the 4-H Fairgrounds in Mullica Hill. Free event for everybody. Hamburgers, hot dogs. We have several vendors that come in and provide us various foods. We do lots of entertainment. We bring in some of the best entertainment that's in Gloucester County and South Jersey to entertain our veterans.
Now you do this every year, and also in December, you also recognize veterans even further. Tell me about that.
Exactly. Our Wreaths of Remembrance program is held December 8th this year. We have a holiday wreath that we put on the grave of every veteran at the Gloucester County Veteran Memorial Cemetery. So it's very moving. We bring in 1,000 volunteers who come in and help us put all those wreaths down. Last year we did 2,500. Obviously
you could use volunteers.
Yes.
So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino in Motion. Bernadette Blackstock is here once again discussing the fine work of the People for People Foundation. And Bernadette, you mentioned volunteers. Obviously, you do a lot for veterans and for others, and we'll talk about those other services, but you do rely on volunteers. Tell me about your need for volunteers.
Yes, with the new South Jersey Veteran Resource Center, actually it's going to be staffed by some volunteers who are going to be helping with the various things such as job searches and cooking classes and gardening. With the September 8th annual Veterans Picnic, that's all volunteers also. The Rotary Club of Glassboro comes in and does all the cooking for us. Clearview High School donates all of the desserts for us. And we are looking for volunteers who are willing to help with parking for our veterans. We'll have probably 1,500 to 2,000 vets come out to that picnic. So we need help with parking, help with serving food, help with cleanup.
So if someone wants to volunteer, what do they need to do?
All they have to do is go to our website, pfpfoundation.org, and they can feel free to find our contact information, and they can just send us an email or call the office. Janice is our volunteer coordinator, and she'll be happy to work with
So
them.
you're looking for an age group or special qualifications?
Actually, we do take teenagers and adults. The little ones, sometimes they get a little difficult. Although, having said that, with the Wreaths of Remembrance, we really do look for the Boy Scouts, Girl Scout troops, even the Brownies and Interact clubs, Rotaract clubs, any of the young people that would want to come in, learn about the honoring of our veterans.
Let's talk a little bit about the funding of the People for People Foundation. It was your passion and your husband Paul's passion to start this organization. What's the motivation behind it?
Well, the motivation behind People for People, it started as a Rotary Club project, and then we just took it to the next level. With veterans, we were very open and wanting to help veterans because we come from families that have, my husband's father was first wave of D-Day. He was seriously injured a month after D-Day and spent 7 years in military hospitals. When he came out, he devoted his time to volunteering to help the military and the veterans. And we just picked up the mantle and carried it.
And you guys are doing a great job. Kudos for all the fine work, and particularly that special attention you're giving to the veterans. I think it's just invaluable to have that in our community here locally, and certainly the services that you guys are providing is just outstanding. We're going to put that contact information once again on the screen, so if someone wants to participate. Talk a little bit about the funding. You also rely on assistance.
Right, we rely on donations from corporations as well as individual donations. We do several fundraisers each year. We have one coming up November 30th, a murder mystery dinner.
Oh, nice.
So that should be lots of fun. So we do go out to the community to try to gather some funds.
And the community has been responding
Very
and supporting a lot of
responsive.
your projects.
Yes, banks, corporations, as well as individuals.
We definitely want to talk about all of the other lifelines that you also put out there, not just for the veterans, but also for others that are suffering from perhaps a temporary crisis. So we're going to continue this discussion. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. Bernadette Blackstock is here once again to discuss more about other safety net services that they're providing through the People to People Foundation. Bernadette, a lot of great work you're doing. Let's talk about those other safety net services that you're providing.
Right. We find that 85% of the calls that we get to People for People Foundation is for people who need help with their utilities, whether it's gas, electric, oil. So what we've done is we've joined partnerships with organizations that can help us provide the maximum benefits to our clients. We work with the Atlantic City Electric Company with their Helping Hands grant. We're one of four agencies that can help administer that grant. That's a $200 grant that can be put onto an Atlantic City Electric customer's bill if they're behind. or if they're experiencing a tough time. We've also partnered with New Jersey Shares. And New Jersey Shares is an organization that helps with utilities for moderate income families. So there's the safety net of LIHEAP for the very low income, but the New Jersey Shares can help moderate. Same thing with the PAGE out of the Affordable Housing Alliance. We do the PAGE grant with them, and they have a little bit higher income levels. So if someone that's really working and having a difficult time, we may be able to help them with those.
So you're an intake agency and administer those 3 programs.
Exactly.
How do people apply for those programs?
All they need to do is call our office, and we have utility assistance specialists at the office who can help them ask all the right questions and get all the paperwork completed with them.
It's important. There's funds out there available, so certainly someone
Absolutely.
is facing a temporary hardship. That would be a good way to get assistance.
And don't wait until it's ready to be turned off. Call us in advance so we can really work with you in trying to get the problem resolved.
Let's talk about some of the other programs. Let's talk about the veterans benefits and how you help veterans with some of those benefits.
Yes, since we are a veteran preference organization, we work very closely with veterans. On our staff, we have 3 accredited claims agents. We all volunteer our services for these benefits, but we can actually work with a veteran who is experiencing a service-connected disability or injury from the time they make their claim all the way up to the time that we, if necessary, need to appeal it to the court. So we can actually walk a veteran clear through. Our goal is always to take the application and make sure it's done correctly so we don't need to get to the appeal process. But if we have to go there, we're available for it.
And it's interesting you have 3 of the 13 that are in the state
That's
that are
exactly
certified.
right. We're very proud. 3 of them are with us.
Let's talk about the advocacy that you also do.
Yes, if someone calls us and they're having a problem, we'll take example, rental, someone is going to be evicted. We try to talk them through their situation. If we can't resolve the problem, we can refer them to the agencies that can. If they're really behind on their rental, we can refer to an organization like Clarify. If they need legal aid, depending on their income, we have referrals directly to South Jersey Legal Aid. So we try and take what their situation is, make those initial phone calls for them, connect them with the right people, and then advocate if necessary.
So to get started, the first thing you do is either visit or make a phone call to your agency, correct?
Exactly.
All right, we want to talk a little more about the rental assistance as well. We want to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We're once again talking about the great work of the People for People Foundation with Bernadette Blackstock. And Bernadette, just amazing the level of work that you do to help those in need and serve as a safety net. We talked about the Energy Assistance Program, advocacy, referrals, benefits, veteran benefits, and you also provide rental assistance and housing assistance. Not just with Camp Salute, but through other means as well. Tell me about that.
Right. With the rental assistance, if someone's behind on their rent, we try our very best to be able to assist them. If we can't provide that assistance, we do have other agencies, such as Catholic Charities, that has a rental program. Even in Gloucester County, the Board of Social Services has some assistance for rental. One of the things that we do is provide supportive services. And those supportive services we do in affordable housing developments, almost the same kind that we're going to be doing in Camp Salute, but more so for the general public. So we go into the affordable housing developments. I have a representative from our company that will sit there and talk to the residents about various needs that they might have. But more than just that, we take that to the next level and provide life skills classes. So we might do cooking classes. We have built gardens in all of the affordable housing developments that we work in, as well as we do craft programs for them. So each season they may come in and make a new wreath for their door. So it's a lot of fun for us, but it's also a way for us to be sustainable.
Let's talk about the other things you do in the community, and obviously that's a great service. Let's talk about some of those other programs.
Some of the other programs, we do a coat drive every year. We join together with the business community, HFM Financial, as well as several other nonprofits, and we gather coats throughout the whole community, and then it's our responsibility as People for People to distribute those coats into the community. So last year we collected over 3,000 coats and gave away 3,000 coats to the needy.
Nice.
And so it was coats that would be going to Lakehurst so that the veterans there would have coats, or Vet Haven, Unforgotten Haven in Camden. And so we're very excited to be able to do that. There's, we just do so many things,
Well,
it gets confusing.
1 minute. I want you to tell me about a success story.
A success story. Okay, we have a gentleman who was had just lost his business. He was on the verge of wanting to commit suicide. A friend of his referred him to us. We got talking to him. We referred him to Apple Counseling, where he went for 4 or 5 sessions. People for People helped to pay for those counseling sessions. He just started to slowly turn his life around. Today, which is 3 years later, he volunteers at every one of our programs, at the Wreaths of Remembrance, at the Veterans Picnic. Anytime we need him, all we have to do is call him. It was a major success story for us.
It's great to have you, Paul, and all your great staff doing this for the community. We want to put that website and phone number once again. And if you know of someone that needs help, certainly refer them to you. You seem to do a better job than the 211. So really appreciate all the great work that you do.
Saying that.
And thanks again for coming here on Latino Motion. Thank you for joining us at home once again on Latino Motion.
Choose to get your feet wet, to learn more about protecting our environment.
Choose to read minds, to understand the human brain.
Choose to get your hands dirty, to create a masterpiece.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by AtlantiCare, a member of Geisinger. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.